Your Honor, my client is in counseling. He had changes in his medicine. Um, he realizes that this was out of character for him. He's changing his activities accordingly in the way that he's reacting.
Let's go on the record with People State of Michigan versus Ross, file 243864SM. And Mr. Ross, would you state your name, please, for the record?
Nicholas John Ross.
All right. And on behalf of the people?
Aaron Burr on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Baker, you want to state your understanding of the plea on the record, please?
I do, Your Honor. Back on November 22nd, 2024, I met with Assistant Prosecutor Micah Zacher-Zecki, if I don't butcher his name. And at that time, we came to a plea agreement whereby Mr. Ross would plead to domestic violence with the diversion program, and there would be a dismissal of the malicious destruction of property, and there would be a stipulation or agreement whereby Mr. Ross would pay restitution for property damage of $868.62, so $868.62. I believe that's the entirety of the agreement, Your Honor.
Mr. Burr, does that sound correct to you?
That is correct, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Ross, is that the resolution that you agreed upon?
Yes, Your Honor.
You realize you have a right to proceed to trial, and if you went to trial, the prosecution would be obligated to prove that you're guilty beyond a reasonable doubt.
Yes.
You understand further that if you make a plea here today, you're going to be telling us you're guilty to this charge, and that's how the matter is going to be resolved. There will be no trial. Is that your understanding, and is that your intention?
Yes, it is.
Has anyone tried to frighten you or force you into doing this?
No, Your Honor.
Has anyone made any promises to you that have not been placed on the record here today?
No.
Are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, I am.
Are you currently on probation or parole for any other criminal convictions?
No, I'm not.
The allegation here indicates that this is an incident that occurred on or about September 27, 2024. Does that sound right to you?
Yes, that's correct.
The allegation indicates that this incident occurred in Otsego Township of Baillargeon County in the state of Michigan. Does that sound correct?
Yes, that's correct.
The allegation indicates that at that time you made an assault or assault and battery on Crystal Roselip. Is that true?
Oh, yes.
And who is Crystal Roselip?
The mother of my three out of my 4 children.
And what did you do to her?
I hit her car with a bat.
You what?
I hit her car with a bat.
And was she in it?
Yes.
Would a reasonable person have felt frightened by that?
Yes, I would assume so.
People satisfied?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
You provided me with the basis. Mr. Baker, are you satisfied, I presume?
I am, Your Honor.
You provided me with the basis to accept the plea. I will do so. In regard to sentencing, other than the diversion, is there any victim statement or anything?
There is, Your Honor, if I may.
Yep.
This is from Crystal, the victim. These circumstances have affected our children in a major way. They can no longer have their parents at the same functions. Previously, Nicholas and I, as co-parents, were able to do so effectively and in the children's best interest. They were accustomed to having full support of both parents at the time. For them recently, that has changed due to the no contact stipulation. One of us have mutually had to miss functions, as well as special arrangements had to be made for the children to participate in activities. I believe this may have long-term effects on the children, even with the understanding that they have of the situation. Communication since the incident has also become nearly non-existent. While I understand the reasoning due to the situation, we also share 50-50 custody over our children. with our children going to school, appointments, and being involved in extracurricular activities, not being able to have direct communication with the other parent has made things increasingly more difficult than previously. The children have been unable to reach out to the other parent while not in their custody as well. They were previously accustomed to being able to go to either parent whenever they desired. No physical injuries were received by any of the parties involved in this incident. However, it was an extremely emotional situation for everyone, especially the children present. Both children were visibly and vocally distraught and confused by the actions occurring. One child had to be secured through through a window, and the other one had ran down a driveway after deserting all her belongings in order to enter my vehicle safely. They were traumatized.
Wait a minute. I'm not hearing you very well. So could you kind of look toward the microphone or something, or sit closer to the microphone?
I do
I'm trying
apologize.
to, yeah. Go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. The children were traumatized. There's no other way to put it. No bills from injuries have occurred at this time that directly correlate to the incident. My vehicle sustained damages from the object used against it, as well as body parts. An estimate was obtained. I do not feel as though jail time should be an option in this case. While Nicholas made a poor decision that day, he is a great father. He works hard to provide for his children and to make them proud. I believe it would be in our children's best interest as well. I believe Nicholas acted out in a moment of emotional weakness and could benefit from some sort of anger management or therapy, as well as being held financially responsible for the damages caused. At the end of the day, I would just like to move forward from this unfortunate situation and continue co-parenting our children to the best of our abilities and with their best interests in mind. Well, thank you, Your Honor.
All right. And Mr. Baker?
Your Honor, my client is in counseling. He had was changes in his medicine. He realizes that this was out of character for him. He's changing his activities accordingly in the way that he's reacting. We would request that the no contact order be shifted to a no assaultive contact to allow them to do everything that the victim was stating in her victim's impact statement. Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Ross, what would you like to say?
Yeah, I messed up. It was, to me, it was a medication change, and I didn't realize that, and I just overreacted. And I've seen Miss Zibma for 3 or 4 weeks now, and everything's been seeming to go a lot better.
To my understanding, from listening to this victim notice, Mr. Burr, it sounds to me as though this incident was striking the vehicle with the bat, causing this damage. Is that where the $868.62 is coming from? That damage?
Yes, Your Honor, that's correct.
And am I to understand by listening to that victim statement? I mean, I certainly understand that the victim here is asking to have the no contact order changed to non-assaultive contact, but were the children in the vehicle at the time as well?
There were 2 children present during the incident, Your Honor.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, not going to change that yet. I want to make sure that we have someone that's going to be able to monitor that with the assistance of a counselor. So, and we'll make that determination based on once we get the results of participation within counseling. So, place you on probation for the period of $625. The diversion. I mean, when I say probation, I mean the diversion program. There's $625 oversight fee associated with that, and it's 12 months in length. The purpose of probation is to provide you with counseling, anger management, and or batterers counseling to enable you to learn how to deal with anger impulses and flashpoints, to be able to engage with individuals with whom you have a domestic relationship in a constructive and civil manner. No contact with the victim in this case will be continued pending counseling and the recommendation of the probation officer. Upon completion of the diversion program, the case will be dismissed. Restitution is ordered in the amount of $868.62, coupled with $625. That is a total of $1,493.62. Sir, you're all set. Do you have the number for probation?
I don't think he does, Your Honor.
No.
Could we get
The
it?
number is 269-673-0359. Just call them and tell them you're on diversion, and they will guide you from there. All right.
Okay.
All right. Good luck to you, sir. You can leave the court.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Count two, Judge.
Count 2 is dismissed. So we will be doing a dismissal on that.
Thank you.
I can press that out.